Okay, so it was about a month ago that we got the announcement that the Boruto anime was gonna start doing some very major things. Y'all know that the Boruto anime started the Urashiki revival arc where we got Sasuke and Gaara versus Urashiki. We got a lot of different things going on with the Otsutsuki clan once again being involved with the Boruto anime, which is dope because, yo, Boruto anime been needing a revitalization, honestly. Y'all already know how majority of people feel regarding the anime, but now we have huge announcement of what's to come with the Boruto anime in terms of the Urashiki arc, and a particular character that, honestly, it seems as though despite the large impact that he's had in the story, in Boruto's world at the very least, has been kind of left in the dust. People really ain't talking about him, but it seems like we're going to have something pretty big with some type of involvement, whether it be the character himself or other things in the Boruto anime in coming episodes. So let's talk about all the madness of what's about to go down with the Boruto anime. Let's talk.
Whether Facebook, Twitter, or the two, make sure to steer clear, cause I'm coming through like...
Okay, so some of you may remember a while back I spoke about an awesome mobile RPG game that I've been playing lately, but if you don't, that's fine because this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, a free-to-play mobile RPG game for the iOS and Android. Now, like I said last time, this game is a personal favorite of mine. Between the graphics, the leveling up system, grinding, it just feels like a classic RPG game, and again, it's free, which you can't go wrong for free, you know what I mean? And as I previously stated as well, there's over 200,000 reviews of this game, very, very high score. And when you join, there's a new rewards program for new players where you get a new daily login reward for the first 90 days in the game. So every day for the first 90 days that you're in the game, you will be getting bonuses, which is great. I mean, who doesn't love some free stuff, you know what I mean? So definitely make sure to go to the description below. If you join now, of course, there'll be a special link where you'll get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program so that you can start your journey off right. And I mean, this game is growing really quick. For instance, this new roadmap that they recently released, and from my understanding, they have huge plans for updates over the next 6 months, so you ain't gonna be getting bored anytime soon. They've added new faction, a tag team arena feature, and even a new clan boss, so you'll be able to fight with your clanmates. This character looks freaking amazing. Look at that. Definitely check out Raid Shadow Legends. Link in the description below. iOS and Android. Free to play RPG game. You can't go wrong, baby. Hope to see you there. Okay, so as I said, the Boruto anime, it was about a month ago where they announced that we're finally getting some type of big arc that involves characters that is, you know, central to the story. You know what I'm saying? The Otsutsuki clan are some of the biggest threats that we have right now in the Borutoverse. Obviously in the manga, they're pretty much the big enchilada in a way of who we're fighting against. But there was that third Otsutsuki that was kind of omitted in the manga. In the anime we've seen, obviously, that was the original draft. He was the original intended, or one of the original intended Otsutsuki that in the movie, when Masashi Kishimoto tried to write the script, it was too long, they had to cut him out. In the anime, this is the only place where they actually incorporated Urashiki Otsutsuki, and now we have him back in the anime, and we're mid-deep into the arc right now. Now, honestly, the first episode where he finally arrived back into the story and whatnot, a lot of people were pissed, including myself, because we saw Sasuke take that L, and it's like, yo, you come off of reading Boruto chapter 37 and you're like, yo, Sasuke's a G right now, bro. Like, look, Sasuke cannot take no L's. He is just like on a whole other level. And then you go to the Otsutsuki Urashiki stuff in the anime and you're like, what happened to Sasuke? So people were upset, rightfully so, but this arc still has a lot to offer, and I'm really hoping we get some redemption for him. But also, very interesting it seems to be once the Urashiki arc wraps up, we're about to get some interesting stuff with Jiraiya, and I'm excited to see what the cast of Boruto, which, you know, they have obviously senseis, they have teachers and whatnot, but Jiraiya, whole other level. We've seen how he changed Naruto's life, and we didn't really get much mention of him in this story in the Boruto anime, Boruto manga. He's not really referenced almost at all, almost as if he doesn't exist. So I'm glad, and we're going to talk about which episode that is and what's about to go down, that he's going to be somewhat brought back into the story. Maybe this is a prelude as well to certain aspects of something that's going on in the manga. Y'all know, if you know, you know. But let's talk about it. We got the first episode. We got I believe four episode titles and synopses of what's about to go down with the Boruto anime. Let's read it and we'll talk. So first up is Boruto episode 124, Decision Time. That comes out September 15th. The other way to read the title is Decisive Moment. Okay, cool. And this is from Anime Age magazine, I believe. It says, separating off from Shikadai and Tamari, Boruto and Shiki head towards Konoha village on their own in order to fulfill the duty that they were entrusted with. Urashiki, who has determined Shukaku's whereabouts, because in case you didn't know, Shukaku is a pretty prevalent character in this arc, which, great stuff. I'm glad that they're finally once again utilizing the tail beast. It seems as though ever since Madara and the end of Naruto happened, they kind of just forgot about them. Like, they were a little bit in the, Boruto movie, Momoshiki was trying to get them, but other than that, they really, especially in Boruto anime and manga, since the movie, it's kind of like they don't exist. So I'm glad that Shukaku's been involved, and obviously, as you can see, he's pretty prevalent in this arc. But Urashiki, who has determined Shukaku's whereabouts, then appears in front of the two of them. Somehow Boruto and Shiki manage to escape, even though their opponent is from the Otsutsuki clan, who possesses powers beyond their imagination. At this rate, it doesn't seem as though they can escape without encountering any issues. At that moment, Boruto comes up with a particular strategy. And also, we have a little more. Boruto and the Kazekage Gaara's adopted son, which I think this is just like a variation with a few more details, Shinki, are both headed towards Konoha village in order to fulfill the duty they were entrusted with. Urashiki, who's from the Otsutsuki clan, determines their whereabouts of the one-tailed Shukaku. He then stands in front of the two of them, blocking their way by cooperating with one another during this predicament, which, by the way, that's pretty prevalent because Boruto and Shinki, they don't really get along. So to see that they're actually going to cooperate to get, through this makes sense. Obviously, somebody like Urashiki, which, I mean, it doesn't make sense that they could get through him. He's an Otsutsuki, but it makes sense that at the very least, if they're going to attempt to make an escape, they need to work together. But at this rate, it doesn't seem as though they can escape without encountering any issues. At that moment, and unexpectedly by chance, Boruto comes up with a particular strategy. So again, synonym of the other one, variation. In essence, Boruto and Shinki are going to work together to try and run away from Urashiki, and at the same time save Shukaku, which is their whole mission right now. So simple enough. I'm glad that Urashiki is being used quite often in this arc because this is what I was really excited to see. Although, I don't know how I feel about these two genin, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how talented they are, how strong they are, they're genin. They're not, crazy high-powered genin at that, are going to be able to make an escape from a monster like an Otsutsuki clan member. Urashiki, pretty strong, so we'll see how it plays out. Then we have Boruto episode 125. Boruto and Shinki, and that'll air September 22nd. Boruto and Shinki have executed their strategy, but in the end, Urashiki catches up with them. Good. So I put my foot in my mouth because I just said that like, yo, how are they gonna escape from him? But seemingly, they ain't gonna get really that far, so I'm glad at the very least. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bring an Otsutsuki clan member back into the story and then embarrass them, like, by having two genin be able to get away, you know what I'm saying? In order to fight against Urashiki, who is trying to obtain Shukaku's chakra and is mercilessly attacking them, Boruto and Shinki form a united front using jutsu that they have an excellent command over and which are considered to be their respective fortes. However, Urashiki is a formidable enemy who even Sasuke and Gaara could not defeat, and moreover, he possesses the ability to go and come between other dimensions. Can Boruto and Shinki figure out a jutsu to use against Urashiki? No. That is the answer. No. If Sasuke got embarrassed in the beginning of this arc and got thrown into or jumped into another dimension and shit like that, tricked and all of that stuff, and Gaara's constantly taking L's against Urashiki, I do not want to see them. They better not be able to take him out. Maybe form a plan to hold off until one of the, major strong people come in, but no, I don't want to see. They better not be able to take out Urashiki, or I'm gonna be like, yo, what was the point of this dude? Why is he even an Otsutsuki? He is no longer Urashiki Otsutsuki. He will be Urashiki Krusty if he gets taken out by two genin. I don't care. Like, nah, like, give them some, you know what I'm saying? I'm fine with giving the new generation their moment, just not this moment. Then we got Boruto episode 126. Shukaku's scheme. Boruto and the others have brought along Shukaku to Konoha village, but for the time being, he'll have to spend some time at the Uzumaki residence. In order to escape from Urashiki's sight, Shukaku arrived at the Uzumaki residence while reluctantly being put into a small tea ceremony kettle. When Boruto's little sister Himawari saw this, she called him Shukaku and was thoroughly delighted with the situation. Which, by the way, and I don't know if it gets explained in the summary, but I think it was Boruto episode 93 where she was like really hyped because she wanted a stuffed doll of Kurama, but she ended up getting one of Shukaku, so it kind of makes sense, and that's probably why or how they came up with the idea of, yeah, let's incorporate Shukaku into an arc, because, or at the very least for this scene anyway, of like, hey, let's have Himawari find him in the little teapot because she loves her some Shukaku, like her father got her a doll of it, you know what I'm saying? Then Shukaku hears the story of Boruto's father, Naruto. Wow, really? Boruto's father? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Boruto's dad. And the day of his inauguration ceremony as the Nandaime Hokage, Himawari had caused damage to not only Naruto, but even to Kurama, the Biju Kyuubi who was sealed within Naruto. Neither of them could move as a result, Afterward, Shukaku plots something. And then yeah, references in episode 93, Parent and Child, there was a cute little plushie of Shukaku that was sold, the pronunciation between the longer vowel. Basically, it's like a little kid that calls or whatever, and that's why she's like excited. But going back to that, are we gonna have a really hype moment of Himawari having a moment? Because if he's thinking of like, wait a minute, so she was able to injure Naruto and Kurama in a way, I mean, caught him off guard, but regardless of what, a little girl being able to do that, really, really hyped. So maybe Shukaku is going to attempt to train her, attempt to utilize her, attempt to give her some of his chakra. We could have one-tailed Jinchuriki Himawari in a way. Like, I am excited to see how they utilize her. I've always felt that, you know, coming into this, I wish they would have utilized her more. I wish she would have been a little bit older and a little bit stronger already so we could see some action. But maybe we might see some action. Maybe, who knows? Like, nah. If if Shukaku and Himawari take out Urashiki Otsutsuki, we riot. We riot. Okay, like, let's not go that far. Let's give her a moment, maybe. Let's give her a badass moment or whatever. Not that far. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see Himawari do something other than just be like, you know, Naruto's daughter. It's like, okay, that's cute. Let's see her in some action. She's badass and she has that teen Gohan or a young Gohan. Oh my gosh, you pissed me off. I'm going to be 10 times stronger type of ordeal within her. And then Boruto episode 127, Icha Icha Tactics. And that'll be airing October 6th. Now, this is the episode that's going to have some type of involvement or some alluding to something to do with Jiraiya. Which, again, I want the new generation to know more about Jiraiya. They need to know who was this person, this shinobi, that was a legendary Sannin, that was also Naruto's teacher, a father figure to him, so many different things. I'm excited to check this out. Like, I just heard that, hey, there's something with Jiraiya, so let's see exactly what's going on. And obviously, Jiraiya's dead, but there's also some stuff in the manga that is like, yeah, maybe this is... Anyway, let's read. Boruto heard stories about Jiraiya, who was his father, Naruto's former mentor. Why they gotta keep on? We know. Yeah, that his father is Naruto, we know. Former mentor, and decided that he wanted to learn things about him. When Boruto tried to get trained by his mentor Sasuke, he paid a visit to the Uchiha residence. When Boruto mentioned Jiraiya to his friend Sarada, who is Sasuke's daughter, she recalls that Jiraiya wrote a book, Icha Icha Tactics. Yeah, we know what type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had one book, the book of Naruto, basically, the story of Naruto, essentially. That was a big story or whatever, and the one of his life or whatever. But Icha Icha Tactics, is that like a book that Kakashi might want to read? I don't know. Immediately, they begin to search for that book. Jiraiya was a great ninja who was referred to as one of the legendary Sannin, alongside the Godaime, Tsunade, and Orochimaru. Since Jiraiya wrote Icha Icha Tactics, just what kind of book could it be? Woo! So, and it seems as though the Urashiki arc is going to end with episode 126, so it's kind of a mini arc. I thought it would be like a 20 episode arc, but it seems as though it's like probably, what, it started with 121, I want to say, and it lasts till 126, so like 5 or 6 episodes. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer that we know that that's going to end, but this is hilarious that following that, we're going to have an episode, which, I don't know, I'll probably at that point kind of slow down on the Boruto anime for a bit, of, yeah, Boruto and Sarada are going to be looking for some porn books, I guess, because I want to say that might be it. That's not going to be the one that Jiraiya wrote about his life story, that pain and Naruto, all that stuff. I don't think it's going to be that. Hilarious, but at the same time, very like, they bring Jiraiya in only for it to be about his dirty book. Nice. Kind of curious what you guys think about all this. How do you feel about this Urashiki arc? To be honest with you, the fact that it's short, the fact that it started with Sasuke taking a major L in the beginning of it, and, you know, having Himawari be integral to seemingly possibly the defeat of him, of Urashiki, I honestly don't know how to feel right now. I'm kind of starting to feel like it's a letdown. I mean, at the end of the day, it's better than some of the stuff that we've gotten, because at the very least, hey, Urashiki's in here, and maybe this will be the end of him, because he's not in the manga, so they have to find a way, because at the end of the day, the anime and manga can't stray too far from each other. They have to find a way to get rid of Urashiki from the story, so that when they get to stuff from the manga and adapt it, it doesn't interfere with what's going on in the manga. And yeah, so I'm imagining that maybe Urashiki might die at the end of all this, but it is disappointing that he ends real quick, and then following that, Boruto and Sarada, you know, I'm thinking like, oh man, this could be great. They're gonna learn about Jiraiya. No, they're gonna learn that he was a pervert. Naruto was raised by a pervert. So yeah, there's that. And overall thoughts and expectations for the remainder of this arc. We still have some ways to go. I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle it. I mean, the latest episodes, what was it, 122, I want to say. It's been alright. It's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it's been enjoyable at the very least, and it's cool to see. Even though they rehashed some stuff with Boruto, and, you know, hey, you know, the whole worse than scum quote from Kakashi regarding Boruto going back for Kankuro, which, come on, don't play games. Like, if Kankuro, what happened to Kankuro is legit, yeah, then you got me, but otherwise, like, y'all playing games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna expect much from that, and I'm not gonna expect too much from this arc. I'm just gonna enjoy it for what it is. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, hit that bell, and make sure you hit all notifications so you don't miss out on a single update on the Naruto franchise, Boruto anime, or anything else that I post that may be of interest to you. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links of course in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in.
Enjoy the next ride, but I was the best ride. But I